And you can also adjust the bite to be lighter or heavier. Same with the interproximal contact. And there's tooth selection here. You click it and you can examine the margin if it is looking good. And you can also move the margin up vertically or down. And there's also this pen tool where you can edit the margin this way. And when you're happy with adjusting the margin, just click Generate Crown. When the prep is really clean, it doesn't have any trouble detecting the margin. But in case of really ugly preps and rough preps with undercuts, it can have a little trouble. And AI creates a crown that is really unique to each patient's mouth. It takes the anatomy of the different teeth, so you don't have to pick a library from a huge list. It just automatically does it for you. And let's take a closer look. When you adjust this, you can see the interproximal contact. Looks good. And sometimes when the prep is really good and there can be cases where you don't have to do any editing at all, or you might need to do some editing. And these are different tools you can do. Transform, it moves the tooth into really large movements. So this isn't my favorite tool to use. I think you'll be using this outer modification the most. And there's, of course, adding, removing, smoothing, flattening. There's also Smart Edit that I'd like to show you. This makes the groove shallower or deeper. And let's see. And for the cusp, it can make the vocal cusps really high or really low. And same thing with the lingual. Oh, and do you see these orange dots? You can put it on the top of the cusp. And then it will adjust accordingly. And you can also put on a hook for easy crown removal. And for all the other questions, you can go to the Help Center where you can find Dentbird Crown, and you can read all about the different hotkeys. These are the shortcuts that you can take. And if you get stuck, you can get help here, or we also have WhatsApp and different ways to contact us. Okay, and I would also like to show you there is occlusal alignment. You can see like this. And there is also There's also a Match Edit button here. You can click it, and what it does is it has all the modification tools for the crown, except it is for the all the other mesh other than crown. Let me show you. So a lot of times when doctors are scanning, they can scan too many times and have a little bit of a messy scan where it has too much data. And you can highlight these areas that are floating that you don't like, and you can delete it. Right. And sometimes a scan could miss a spot and you can have a hole in the mesh. That could be problematic. And you can click detect hole and you can see it detected there and fill holes. And of course, you can also use these type of brushes to make it smooth, etc., etc. And with a color map, you'll be able to see different occlusion spaces and play around that way to find the most optimal occlusion. If you want to see the general, check that the bite is really overall evenly spread out. Okay, and there's also a measuring tool right here. And right now, our posterior crowns are coming out much better than our anterior. And because it is AI, it is, we are getting it improved every month and it is learning and getting better. But in terms of the anterior crown, I'm not, like, to be honest, I'm not happy with the quality of it yet, but the posterior ones have a much higher success rate. And do you have any questions? Can you turn on your mic for your questions?
Yeah, they have some question, please wait.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
For the implant, we only see three company in that implant crown. Is there any other company?
Yeah, unfortunately, we have the technology, but a lot of the companies have implant libraries, and we're in process of getting them, but it's taking some long time.
Yes. Can we add our own?
That feature is not available, unfortunately.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, I think the question is this. Right now, I see you have a 3D print and a PMA in zirconia, right? Can you explain to me what's the difference between that? Because 3D print is you'll be able to use with a 3D print crown, right? That feature, single crown.
Uh-huh.
And the setting, is there any difference between the setting between the zirconia and then the one with the 3D print? Can you show me a little bit more?
Sure, let me go back to the.
Because I think in the 3D print zirconia, there's a tool of color ratio, right? And any other
There's a
different
tool for
function.
what?
I mean for zirconia, because right now we just want to try to print with the 3D print. So I think we want to know more about how to use with the 3D print.
I see. So you don't have a milling machine.
No, we don't have vending machine yet. So we want to
What
use
kind
this
of
because
CAD
I
do
see a
you
lot of
have?
people are use.
Uh-huh.
Sorry,
Gotcha.
sorry. We don't use any CAD. We don't have any CAD software. Because we apparently we are more like just doing the printing, but now we want to do the design on ourselves. That's why we want to try this software instead of SOCAD.
I see.
We have no knowledge, no background in the design. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But we just want to fast and try it out and see how it works. That's why we only want to print with the crown first.
Okay, here we are. So your question was the milling versus 3D print. So you
No,
can
actually,
notice,
focus in 3D print. Yeah, I think we'll focus in 3D print more.
yeah. So this setting is right here, but you can change it up and down if the crown comes out a little bit looser or a little bit tighter. And that is because even when 3D printing machine is made with one company and it's same model, they're not perfectly calibrated. So like even if you have identical two labs, you might have to change the setting or the 3D printer setting a little bit differently. So at first you need at least 4 or 5 tries of test crowns. You understand what I mean?
I don't understand. What do you mean test crown? You mean like markup or what?
Okay, so have you ever printed a crown on your 3D printer yet?
Not yet. We would like to. Yeah.
I see, yeah, that's what you do. So you don't expect the crown to come out perfectly on the first try. There are things that you have to calibrate and adjust to make sure that it fits the model perfectly.
So is there any like default setting for the one
This is
we
the
are
default
seeing
that
right
we
now?
recommend, and then
So
you
it's
can adjust it
oh
like little by little. Because even if
okay.
someone has the same machine, like for you, you might have to increase the cement gap and the other person might have to decrease it.
Okay. So pretty much, because right now I think we're just going through directly AI generated without any, without any editing. I think what we are doing right now, that we have, pretty much no knowledge in the CAD design.
Mm, I see. What's your question?
Actually, we have no question. I think apparently, because I think what you have been showing, I think we also just basically using the generate crown. We don't know any kind of setting would be affect how is the outcome or result of the T. We just go straight by AI, right now, what we are doing right now. So we don't know if we do any adjusting, how it would impact. That's why we have no idea.
Adjust the parameters or adjust the crown design?
The crown of the design, yeah.
Oh, I thought I showed you. I can show it to you one more time. And when you're picking a case, please pick a case that has really clean preps. Because when it's really dirty preps or if the margin is hiding under the gum, then the outcome, like the crown, does not come out pretty.
So how can we determine whether the prep is good? Is there any kind of reference? Because for us, we don't know how to tell whether their prep is good or not. That's my concern, you know. There could be any
Can
kind
you
of
send me, well,
prep.
you can show me in your monitor your different crown preps that you have gotten in your lab, and I can tell you.
So in the future, if we do really take some cases, can we share with you guys, like, and then you can give us some idea whether this prep is okay or not?
Yeah, and I'd like to do at least one case with you today. Can you look for a crown to do right
We
now?
I don't have right now, but maybe I can try to get not today. Maybe a few days later. Is it okay?
Why do you not have
Not
any
today, right?
today? I
Yeah,
thought,
because normally our taste perfect. Our taste perfect. Even we scan with our scanner, we don't have. Yeah,
uh, I don't understand.
I can
Are
try.
you,
Yeah.
do you not have a crown? Is your lab not open yet?
No, we are not a lab. We are just normal. We are more like we are like a import company, but we just want to do the 3D print for our clients. That's why. But the problem, we all facing the problem is a CAD design. So we just I would recommend by
I
my friend
see.
try your software. You know. Yeah,
So,
because we also want to test on the crown before we purchase in the milling machine, right?
I see. And do you have a good network of dental labs in your area, or are you just starting out?
No, we do have some lab, but they I think most of them they are familiar with the SOCAD already, of course. Yeah. The
I
number of
see.
lab is not not a lot here. Yeah.
I
We are
see. I
focusing more
see.
on chair side. We want to do chair side solution, like chair side, like
Uh-huh.
yeah, just
And how
they
many,
scan and then yeah.
right? And how many, who introduced you to us?
Actually, during my training at the DG Shape, uh, one of the distributor from Taiwan, I think they told me some of the dentists, the one doing the chair side solution, they are using your software. They say I mean it works, but I mean they are not saying 100%, but they just say it works. A lot of dentists say if they don't concern a lot about the outcome, they are using your software. And also I see in the medical, the Japanese dentists they are trying out with yours, right?
Uh-huh.
But then
Yeah.
yeah, so because we have a problem is that yeah we want to do markup, we don't know how to design. Um, yeah, this could be an idea. Yeah.
Yeah, then it'll be, so what's your goal with our company? What kind of business do you want to plan with us?
Actually, to be honest, we want to try and test, and then if we find this good, we want to educate to our client for those who want to do chairside same day dentistry. You know, that's actually our goal. But they need a CAD design because the CAD
Right,
design they are
right.
using now. They
Yeah.
told
If
me
you have,
when the first they start.
if you can gather at least like 3 dentists, then I can host a webinar, like a class for them
Yeah,
to
yeah,
show them.
that's not a problem. I can even host 50 dentists easy. But firstly, we want to run ourselves. We want to show the real, not just only design, but when you turn into a reality, it match. That's what we want to do before we doing this kind of official no launching. That's actually our idea.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because the goal of the day is like most of the problem we are
Yeah,
facing
but
is not just not
I'm just curious if you have if you're not a dental tech and you haven't had any experience with printing crowns, that you might have trouble doing it.
So we would test. So that's why we want to test. Like we need to design and then we print. Yeah, and then after print, then we will know the problem.
I see. Sure.
Yeah, because
But
printing is
but
still
then
concerning.
but then sometimes
Yeah,
yeah, I hope you get some help from another person who has
yeah.
done the
We will
test.
have a few dentists to work with us for this project. I mean, like, for the trial, we want to, test on a few patients ourselves.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's actually our,
Okay.
and then yeah. But I think the quantity side they only have a promotion until when, I don't remember. They have
Yeah,
a promotion
we
right
have a
now.
promotion right now.
Because I think the single condom only charge about $4, right?
Hmm.
So now basically this is more useful for the single crown, I would say that.
Yeah, right now we have single crowns and mostly it's for the posterior. And we also have onlay, inlay, and bridge coming out in about August or fall.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I have seen your software quite some, I think, finish.
What is it?
Please wait.
Can you say it again?
I mean, like my concern is we have seen your software from Medellin,